Hi, everybody. It's Josh with Talk About Trek, and we are back again today with a bit of a surprise. We have a new Star Trek game that just hit Steam. Well, available now as a demo, but coming out this year, 2026, and it is Star Trek Outposts Unknown. And this is definitely right up my alley. This is a kind of a colony management city builder kind of style game. If you played RimWorld, if you've played, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of maybe like medieval style of these games too that's come out recently. This is by Magic Fuel Games, and you can get this demo now, free to play on Steam, and check it out. I did not even get to the complete end of the demo in my playthrough here, which you'll see. I played for about an hour and 36 minutes. So I'll stop talking for a minute. We'll just watch here. Well, we'll read. Well, Captain, it is time for your maiden voyage on the USS Resonant. I know this is your first flight as Captain, and you got to get busy. There will be a standard exploration mission into a relatively unknown sector of space. The Zalari populate this system. They are letting us build outposts in their system in exchange for help analyzing the rift. As you can see, it's quite the phenomenon. The phenomenon. The rift occupies their sector and can cause intermittent tetryon rifts that act as miniature black holes. Whoa. So we got trouble. This is where you and your research outpost can help. The USS Resident is a prototype ship, a brand new class equipped for state-of-the-art outpost construction. So you know what we're getting here, right? Again, if you've played games like this before, you're going to be very familiar with kind of the flow of what you're doing, the idea of it. And again, it's just a demo, so it's just kind of like touching again on really what it's fully going to be. So here again at the start, you're given a choice. You can choose the alpha team or the beta team. And the alpha team, you have one extra crew. The beta team, you get one less crew, you get a little bit more supplies, and then there's also a difference in the tech that you have as well. And like I said, just in getting an hour and a half into this game, I kind of feel like I was barely scratching the surface of it, right? So there's definitely, I'm going to say there's going to be a lot of depth here, when the full release comes out. And I was trying to think critically too, because I wanted to be like, what are some things that I could, what feedback or anything could I possibly add to this? It is really loud, isn't it? We'll turn it down a little bit. The music I like. So far, I do enjoy the music very much. But it sounds good. So anyway, it just again, you get to pick your starting crew here. You have Vulcans, humans, Andorians, as far as I saw. Different positions. You got your helm officer, security officer, chief engineer, CMO, science officer, and a couple of ensigns that you can assign, right? And then here you are. Your first mission sends you to planet Dagus. And Dagus is a temperate planet with a rather unique set of biomes. Lush grassland and crystalline deserts exist side by side. So the Resonant is on its way. And then, of course, here's your crew. You get to pick your initial first 5, crew that's going to beam down. And I did choose to leave my helm officer, I think, on board, right? Is that what we did? Yeah. And then we took our young ensign, our security ensign, Alex Monroe, instead aboard. And then once you've selected your initial away team, you can beam down. Now, of course, as you can tell, the style is set in the Strange New Worlds kind of the look and feel, and I guess the era as well. But being that this is obviously this is a PC game, I would love to see maybe mod support or support so that you could have your crew of original TOS, crew members or TNG, Voyager, what have you, whatever you would want to do. And I think that I think that's something you could kind of expect to probably see in the future, if not from the developers, from from mods or something like that in the future. So, but anyway, here's your initial look at the planet. So you have your beam down location you get to pick here. You have a variety of flora about and different, I guess, minerals and things that you need to find and extract. So you can kind of first get your little lay of the land here. There are points of interest that are out there within the fog of war that they encourage you to get out there and explore, right? Get that off there, but that would look better, wouldn't it? Beautiful. Okay. So anyway, yeah, you beam down to the planet here, and again, I played this for about an hour and 30, and I'm definitely not going to sit and watch the whole playthrough here with you guys, but just to give you a general idea, kind of what it looks like, if it's something you might be interested in. Okay, so here we have our. You can't see him. I'm blocking him. Boom. There's our first officer, Max Costa. And again, it's kind of the missions are laid out to you, from your officers, and I like that aspect of it as well too. And then of course from Starfleet as well, they're going to be giving you missions and things that you need to do. But basically, also you get to pick how you answer for your missions, right? I chose this time. Let's do it. And his answer, pretty cool, Captain. Pretty cool. Maybe I go down here for this mission here. Boom, we'll be down here for now. So anyway, it's a good tutorial. I feel like it did walk me through everything slow enough. I didn't feel like I was rushed into anything. And even though, honestly, if I would have paid better attention, I could have picked things up a little bit faster too. But I was not paying as good of attention, and I could have had, I think, more exploring and more done sooner than what I did here, right? But anyway, the basic idea is first, of course, you want to send your people out exploring. So you send these beacons out here, exploration beacons, and then you're able to, your crew, as you can see dutifully, will go out then and do the exploring here for you. So, and then again, in this tutorial here, this demo, they're going to be kind of working you through what you're supposed to be doing. So here, your first officer is telling you about rocks, and of course, as with all of these games, you have to harvest resources, do something with these resources, and then turn that into, your next building, your next upgrade, so on and so forth, right? All right, so let's go ahead, and at this point, we'll do a little bit of time travel. We're going to skip ahead, right? So we did have. Oh, this is kind of a cool part too. You do have to, before you can harvest the material, you have to send your officer down there to, research it, right? So of course you want to. I first selected my first officer, but he only had a 50% chance. So I'm like, all right, let's get our science officer on it. She had a 100% chance, so now she is down there scanning an unknown geological formation here, or at least will shortly be on her way to do that, right? I have the game currently paused here, as you can see. So let's hit play, and let's see if our science officer will now get to work on that. And again, there's other things. You can see the green magnifying glasses. These are indicating other things that they want you to send your science officer to explore. There are, again, more mineral deposits, things like that, as you kind of keep going out. And again, here, see, my science officer was still busy at the other thing, so she was not available to do this, right? All right, so let's skip forward a little bit now, okay? Oh, so you do encounter some enemies here and there, right? And again, this is what do they call these? Just basically these kind of vine enemies that pop up, and then do eventually kind of invade your base area as well too. But as you can see, the Starfleet officers, they have things well in hand here. We're able to take them out pretty good. But then eventually we do move forward after you have to, again, you start slow with these kind of games. You've got to gather supplies. You can see here we found ourselves a nice supply of metals. and we keep sending our crew out to explore, but eventually we've got to put down a base, right? And of course, there's a tech tree to explore as well too, and you get your points for doing research, which you can then use to unlock different things on your tech tree. So as you can see, I continued to explore, continued to get general resources, till finally they did bring me to construction. And the first thing, the most important thing that you're going to need to build, of course, for your away team to really, keep moving in this environment, is going to be the operations center. You need ops, right? So we find a nice place, a nice flat spot, kind of, central location. And again, I should have thought this out a little bit better. I didn't leave enough good room for other things, but, first time playing, right? So anyway, you get to put down your operations center. Of course, it requires materials to be built. Your crew will then gather and put those materials there into the center. And then eventually, as you can see, it will start fabricating. I love this aspect here too. It kind of reminded me of the Star Trek Prodigy. They had the 3D printer kind of that there could, like the 3D replicator, basically, right? So anyway, there we are. We have our operations center now. You can assign a crew to that operations center, and then that will then he'll be like the dedicated explorer. And if you have a exploration beacon out there somewhere, that explorer will take off and check that out, right? So of course, then that's like step one. So now that you've got that down, they're going to want you to upgrade it. You've got to gather more materials. You've got to build places to store your supplies. You've got to build quicker ways to mine materials. And again, it's just kind of fun too, just to sometimes slow these games down and just to sit and like watch like an individual character, and as they go about their business here, like here's this person over here harvesting the metals, and you can go check out another character, what they're getting into. But the next thing we need to do, of course, get a shuttle pad. So you have to put down your shuttle pad, and this will then allow your crew to return to the ship. As you can see, you get a kind of a day shift and a night shift thing going on. Eventually, your crew members will keep adding up. You'll be getting more and more. And again, this is something that I was really excited to. I want to see how deep this whole system is going to go. It looks very cool. Again, here was I was installing a metal collector here. We keep moving along. We do some more exploration. We eventually even put up a. Let me see. Yeah, and we're going to kind of fast forward it here as we continue along. And I don't know how close I was to the end of the demo itself either. But we did actually get to a point here where we put up a requisition center. So now not only are we just working on making our sustaining colony and doing our research, but we are also providing things out to Vulcans, to Starfleet, and to who knows what else would possibly be going on, right? So again, and this is another kind of key aspect in games like this too. So where you've got to supply. I think the first mission they give me is the Vulcans need 20 metals, right? So we got to get that for them, and then they in turn give you this material, which you can then use to advance this and the next thing, right? Until you eventually keep unlocking, keep upgrading, and get to the next, to the next, to the next tier of awesome things. Here we are talking about that. And then that allows you to advance your outpost proficiency. And then by advancing your outpost proficiency, you then upgrade your outpost. When you upgrade your outpost, then you get more stuff for your outpost. So you can see here by the end, let me get closer, we do have security here. You can assign a security officer that will walk and kind of make sure no one or none of these vines are interfering with your base. You can build a solar array for power. You can build pathing to make the walking faster. So, again, I only played, I think, about an hour and 43 minutes in total. And this is about my base at the end of that. And I'd kind of hit a, a bit of a roadblock where I just wasn't sure how I could get my crew to advance. So I don't know if that was something that I did or if it was just something I didn't figure out. But the truth of the matter is, I'm going to start the demo over because knowing what I know now, I want to play it again and just kind of see if I can actually make it a little bit better, even, right? So, yeah, that is my first look and kind of initial thoughts at Star Trek Outposts Unknown. And again, this game is available for free right now to try on Steam. It's a demo. It is coming out sometime this year. And I'm very excited to get into this and lose many, many, many hours creating some fantastic colonies here for Starfleet. And again, this video barely scratches the surface of all there is to see in the demo, and we're just talking about a demo. So this is going to be very exciting. So, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking it out. As always, my friends, live long and prosper. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.